Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing tonight? Showtime, boys. Hopefully, everyone's having a fantastic start to the week. Happy Cyber Monday. Hopefully, you got some deals online this week and picked up some cool stuff. Let me know how the audio and the video is coming across, guys. I'm just juggling some last minute setting changes here. I think we're in good shape tonight. Hopefully, we have a good broadcast. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. And I'm just gonna get a couple of things queued up. Hopefully, looks like we got maybe the chat. Yep, we've got the chat, and we got a bunch of people here. We got Peter here, we got Zach here, Glitch is here, Randy is here, Scotty is here. Awesome, excellent. Zach said he got a YouTube notification. Awesome, really glad to hear that. That's fantastic. Uh, Usually doesn't happen these days. Maybe YouTube's getting things worked out. Steven's here. Hey, Steven. Hopefully you guys are hearing me and seeing me okay. Good on both. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. Awesome. We got 5x5s. We are golden, guys. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're a pile of stuff tonight. I had a bit of a double broadcast. Let's see. There we go, guys. As usual, viewer questions throughout. Just throw them in the chat. Lots of awesome people here. Guaranteed somebody can answer the question. If I don't see it, I try to keep up on them the best I can. We will try. We're going to try and do some tech news, viewer challenge this week, some stuff on 3D printing, a bunch of stuff from the community of hackers and makers and inventors. You name it, everything goes here, guys. Some stuff from the shop, sneak peeks. We have a guest speaker tonight, and we're going to go ahead and get him queued up. We have Zach with us tonight here momentarily once I get things sorted out. Zach Ferdine, I met at the Hackaday Super Conference. Had an amazing project, put on an amazing talk. I truly enjoyed it, and I thought you guys would love to hear about his project. Project and company, so to speak. He is making electronic neurons. Just a wicked project, guys. It's in the description below. You can check out his website and the Hackaday post, and I'll see if I can bring him in via Skype here momentarily with any luck. We'll get him unmuted. Zach, are you with us?
I am, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, sir.
Hello?
We are...
Fantastic.
Wow, we're good. We have a tiny bit of lag, but we'll do the best we can.
Awesome. Video working too?
Yep, you're good, Zach. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the crew. Let them know about your project and what you're up to.
Hey guys, well, Eric, first of all, thanks for getting in touch with me. It's awesome to be on your show, man. Hi everyone, my name's Zach Ferdine. I live in Minneapolis. I'm working on a project called Neuro Bytes, so you can scroll down in the YouTube description and find our website. I think if you want to learn more about the project, the best place to go is the Hackaday project site. That's kind of the place we consolidate all the current information on the project. So I guess we'll just get started. You know, what are NeuroBytes? Well, NeuroBytes are neuron simulators. They're designed for teaching people about neural networks. Zach's audio is slightly low. Thank you, Zach. Excellent name as well. I like that. Hardware neuron simulators. So we're not talking about artificial neural networks, all the stuff that you hear Google and everyone else talking about. We're talking about biological neural networks. So the neurons in your brain that are wired together through the learning process and have different different thresholds and fire at different rates, and that affects how you react to real world stimulation. I'll just cut to the chase and show you what they actually look like. So this is generation 4. That's the current iteration of NeuroBytes that we're working with. And they're designed to simulate a basic biological neuron. So a biological neuron has a series of inputs called dendrites. Those accept signals from upstream neurons, and they also look at sensory stimulation. So, sense of touch, sense of smell, sense of taste, so forth. Neurons also have an output that is on their axon terminal. And that's the portion of the neuron that sends signals to downstream elements. So you can see how they be networked together. I have a whole bunch of them that are all kind of lit up here, all lit up in a big network. And it's how the neurons are actually networked together that controls how they react. So what we're trying to do is make a platform that is roughly analogous to real life neurons, and it can be used in neuroscience education. Maybe someday it'll be able to be used for research purposes. We're kind of open on the applications, but right now we're focused on introductory neuroscience education, kind of in the high school / college world. So I'll give you a quick demonstration of what they actually look like.
Hey Zach, I don't think
plugged in, you can see.
I don't think our live demo is gonna work real good. We're chopping up video really bad on this end. Actually, the moment I said that, it's cleared up. So I think you're good. Actually, give it a try there.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna go ahead and queue up your website while you talk. Yeah, looking good.
Okay. Yeah, just so you guys know, we're in the middle of a mild snowstorm in Minneapolis, and I have DSL, so the bandwidth is bad to start with. This is a neuron. So this is a neuron when it's lit up, when it's actually powered. You can see it's green. When I send it a signal, it'll start to turn yellow, and that yellow means that its internal potential is rising. What I can do is pre-excite it to a higher level, and then excite it again, and it'll actually fire. So you can see the flashing going on there. That's supposed to simulate what's called an action potential, which is when your neurons exceed a certain threshold, the action potential threshold, fire and send a signal to downstream devices. And that's where the networking comes into play. So when this device fires, it also sends a signal down to downstream devices. We've kind of come up with a couple of use cases in addition to education, one of which is this that I had shown earlier. We call this our neuro buggy. So it's got a series of neurons that fire into each other and then send signals down to downstream devices. Uh-oh, can you still hear me?
Yep.
My computer just went to sleep. Are you still there?
Yeah, we got you, but the video is pretty choppy, so make the movements really slow.
Yeah, why don't we skip the video? I think we should probably just send people to the website if that's all right for you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can keep walking them through the concept. I was amazed on how this works and the fact of the impulse through the chain. It just blew my mind, and I didn't even get to see a live demo at Hackaday either.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold one of these up to the video screen again, but look on the website and you can give it a closer look that way. The 6 connectors on the bottom are dendrites, so those are inputs. And basically, what our microcontroller is doing is just listening for a voltage signal. So those are normally pulled low. When they see a 5-volt signal, that tells the processor that they're getting a signal, in from upstream neurons. And then that periodically will raise the internal membrane potential until it spills over a threshold, and then sends a signal out through the top connector on the board. Talking to Eric, he mentioned that this audience is pretty in tune with microcontrollers and electronics and so forth. So, Eric, if it makes sense to you, we can talk kind of on a more technical level about how the things actually work. Is that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Excellent. Well, each one of these is, based on the AT-Tiny platform. The AT-Tiny is kind of the little brother to the Atmega processors that make up the Arduino, and it was chosen entirely based on cost. For neural networks to be interesting, you need to have more than one neuron. Ideally, you'll have 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 or however many. And because of that, the normal bill of materials multipliers kind of get another factor involved. So if we're designing a kit and we want to, make 50% gross profit on it when we're selling it, we also have to consider the fact that each kit has 10 neurons on it. So every cent that we can drive out of each neuron is actually, something like 20 cents on the front end for retail costs. And because of that, we're using the cheapest process possible that can still do the job. So we needed one that can handle, in this case, 6 inputs, 1 output, and an RGB LED that has to be dimmed channel by channel. And for this production run, we were able to get the price down, all said and done, to about $450 per device that were ours for making them in my basement. And moving forward, we're trying to maintain kind of both the same line, and that's the big challenge.
Very cool.
It's kind of been a learning process for me and my collaborator. My background isn't in electrical engineering; it's in material science. My last biology class was in 9th grade, and I'm now 30. So neither the manufacture of neurons nor the concept of neuroscience is really kind of a great fit on paper. And what's really made this work are the collaborators that I've found. So this project was first kind of hatched out over brunch. I have a friend, also not a neuroscientist, who built an electronic or a computer-based simulator that simulates the same concept we're talking about, networking individual neurons and seeing how information flows through a network. He built that as a plugin for SketchUp, the Google drafting program, and came to me because he knew that I liked hardware and I was interested in microcontrollers and printed circuit boards and so forth, and wanted to see if it was possible to do a physical version of his concept. And it was actually the first big electronics project that I had taken on. So kind of the first time that I had designed a printed circuit board and actually gotten it manufactured. My first real experience was the surface mount soldering and the AT Tiny platform and AVRC and tool chains and kind of the whole 9 yards. And what happened is we built this kind of as a curiosity. So Eric and Eric, feel free to tell me if this doesn't really come through.
I'm just working on the audio levels here, Zach.
So you can see there's
1 second. We're having
yeah.
The guys are having real trouble with the audio in the field, and I'm trying my darndest here to.
So
Yeah, they're not able to hear you, but they're able to hear me just fine, which I thought was on my end, which is mixing, but it's not actually. I have no idea why the stream is cutting your audio. And Glitch says we're good. So carry on. Sorry about that, guys. I managed to find a way. I boosted Zach's audio. We're good. Oh, put it back where it was, bud. I think
I just boosted my mic up too. Is that too much?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we're good. That is.
Okay. Are we good now?
Yeah, we're on the verge of clipping on my end. So if YouTube has any problem with it, that's all we can do. I think we're good, buddy. Carry on.
All right, terrific. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. Again, we're in a bit of a weather situation here, and I have a pretty bad internet connection. So, in any case, our fascination with neurons and with neuroscience, it really started with the idea of seeing a network physically react. So, I'm not sure how well the video is coming through, but here there's 3 neurons that are kind of recycling pulses back into themselves in a little loop, and then feeding signals to these devices right here. Each time they flash, that's a neuron firing. And my collaborator and I, a guy named Andrew Salveson, we were mostly fascinated by just how that network could be formed physically. How you could physically take 2 of these devices and connect them together, and then send a signal through them and learn something about the network. So we built networks that had dozens and dozens of neurons in them, and just sent signals in and watched them kind of totally spaz out. It was pretty fascinating. And then we took a bit of a break. So anyone that plays around with electronic stuff, in general, knows that you'll get to a certain point in a project where you kind of lose interest in it a little bit, and that's where we
Yes.
got to. Andrew moved out of town. Um, yeah, I moved on to other projects. This got put up on a shelf somewhere. Um, and then sometime in late 2014, I put it up on Hackaday, and I open sourced the whole thing. So we initially thought, well, we're still kind of figuring out how intellectual property could be relevant to us. Maybe we want to get a patent. Maybe we should file provisionally, and you know, see how that could how we could do that cost effectively and so forth. And then we said, we're done. Let's just throw it out there, see if anybody has any interest in it. Release it under a GPL license, so if anybody else uses the product commercially, they have to open source their product as well. And about maybe 1 or 2 months after I put it online, I got contacted by a guy named Joe Berto. He's a biology professor. He teaches at Boston College. Has a background in neuroscience. Has been teaching for over a decade. Is by by all accounts totally legit. Like he's actually a neuroscientist, and he actually thought this had some relevancy, to his field. Which again, Andrew and I really didn't have a background in. We were fascinated by it, kind of on a visual and conceptual level, but didn't have a formal training in the subject. So Joe sent me an email, proposed a collaboration. He mentioned that he had built some Arduino-based neuron simulators as part of a class he was teaching, just kind of as an experiment to see how that could help maybe more visual learners get a kind of a conceptual understanding of the nervous system.
Yep.
And he thought, yeah, we should see if we can work together. I have a lot of friends in Boston, so I flew out to Boston for a couple of days, and we met up at BC. And at one point, during a long discussion in a conference room, we went to the whiteboard and we wrote Zach Ferdine and Joe Berto and drew two big circles, like a big Venn diagram, and saw that there was just kind of a little intersection, a little bit of overlap, where I'm the electronics guy and he's the neuroscience guy, and we thought that maybe we could make something cool come out of it. So
I think you did.
kind of the next step was figuring out what the next step was, I guess. Yeah. So the next thing we did, we wanted to figure out ways that we could work on this full time. That's kind of everybody in the hobbyist realm, that maybe you're hesitant to do that because you don't want to spoil your hobby. I get that. I've had that discussion with myself for a decade now. But we wanted to figure out a way to make it sustainable and be something that we didn't have to spend nights and weekends doing. We wanted to make this a full-time job. We wanted to figure out how to make it a revenue-producing, business, something that's sustainable. And the path that made the most sense for us was to go after small business innovation research grants. There's a number of them out there. I I encourage anybody that's in the U.S. Look into those programs because there's a lot of money out there that's looking for interesting projects. If you're outside the U.S., other countries have the same types of research programs. The idea is that the government will invest money in high risk, potentially high return ideas that fit a certain set of criteria. In our case, it's education. We want to build a platform that might help inspire the next generation of neuroscientists. But you go to a venture capitalist, or you go to a bank, or you go to anyone else, and you say, hey, so I want to make these, I want to make little neurons and sell them. And look at you like you're kind of crazy. So we're actually kind of in the final discussions with the National Science Foundation to pick up an SBIR. It's a phase 1 grant. It would get us 6 months of funding in which we'd be able to finalize the next prototype iteration and get it into a couple classrooms and scale up production, and actually see how the project performs in the marketplace.
Very cool.
Which is not where I expected I would be 18 months ago.
No, never is.
Why I'm here, where I met Eric. I've been on Hackaday for a while. It's the site where open source hardware is king, and all of the comments are positive and helpful, and the community is fantastic. And they've had a couple of these prize runs. I went after the 2014 Hackaday prize and didn't make it past the semifinals, but kind of approaching the deadline. There is a best product portion for this year. I was like, well, best products. Well, you have to have something that's manufacturable, and you have to have made 3 of them, and you have to send them to them by this certain date, which is, oh man, that's in 4 days. I should I should do this. So I got a couple of our prototypes in a box, and made a little kit that basically demonstrates the patellar reflex, which is the kind of the knee jerk reflex that you go to the doctor's office and they tap your knee and your leg kicks.
Yep.
And I sent those in, and we made the semifinals, or I guess the finals, which
Yeah.
meant that I got to go to the conference and give a talk on the project, and then I met Eric, and that was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was one of the best talks that I sat in on the whole show.
Eric, did you see the Tamagotchi singularity from Sprite?
I sure
Oh,
did.
the best talk I've ever seen in my life. That was incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that one's already online. Um,
Zach, I would actually.
Yeah, so that's where we are right now. I actually have, yeah.
Yeah, we've got like 20 seconds of lag between you and I, and we're having some serious technical difficulties here. I would love it if we could get a better connection and have you back on the show in the future, if you don't mind. I know we had some audio problems early on. The guys let me know that it was really bad. I'd love to get that sorted out and maybe do some live video, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Awesome.
I got friends with better internet connection, so maybe we can set something up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it might be better without the storm there. It's definitely, it wreaked havoc on a few things, but I think we made the best of it. The guys are champs for sticking around, putting up with the audio issues, and awesome. I'm glad they got to hear from you tonight.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll be in touch, Eric.
I will talk to you soon. Thanks, Zach. Awesome, guys. Sorry about all the problems, guys. I really, really apologize for that. Thank you, everyone, for being sports through that and letting me know that we had the audio problems we did. We definitely had some video issues, and I truly would like to share this project a little bit more with everyone. It was one of the most inspiring projects I saw at the Hackaday SuperCon, and it was quite sad that I hadn't had a chance to look through the project before the Super Conference. I was just blown away. When I met Zach on Friday night, he gave me a quick run through, and immediately I perked up. And neuroscience interests me, especially replicating it. Just unbelievable stuff. And when I got to hear him speak do his talk at the SuperCon on, I believe it was Saturday, he presented, it was definitely just totally inspiring. I'd like to get him back on the show. Maybe we can get a more solid connection and let you guys see it a little bit better than that. Thanks, gentlemen, for sticking around through that. I truly apologize. The audio level problem was indeed on my end. Apologies for that. It was a little bit of a combination. Once Zach bumped up his mic, we were better, but it was entirely on my end. It was in the mixing. And I don't know why I didn't see that on the levels. We will fix it for the next time, guys. It will be better, I assure you. So Zach's projects, check out neurotinker.com. It's in the description below, guys. You gotta go check out their site, as well as the Hackaday project link below. It's a tough concept to get one's head around, but once you see it in action, this is mind-blowing stuff. Truly, I don't know where this will lead in the medical field, but there's some huge opportunity here for some amazing research into maybe understanding some of the neural ailments, such as like Parkinson's and many others. Won't even try and list them all. Awesome, guys. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick and make sure we are still broadcasting. Having no end of trouble. What happened, my OBS and my mixing kind of, well, more or less crashed. OBS froze up and my mixer completely disappeared, so I couldn't see those levels. But we're back now. I think we're in good shape. Let me know. And Jeff said, "Your Canadian's coming through. Stop apologizing." Awesome, guys. We are in good shape. Let's carry on. What time we got? 7:30, guys. We got time for some awesome tech news stuff, guys. Let's pull it up quick. Tech news is fun on Cyber Monday. Love it. Tech news this week, guys. This one was cool. I thought this worthy of sharing. SpaceX rocket explosion debris found by the UK Coast Guard. This is kind of neat. They finally found some pieces, or more pieces of that SpaceX rocket that blew up last year, the Falcon 9. Pretty neat. They thought it. I think they figured it was a whale carcass, but identified it as rocket debris. It's kind of neat to see where they recovered it, because I don't think anyone really knew where the bulk of the pieces went. So yeah, very cool. All right, guys, what else we got? This one's a little sad, guys, and I wanted to put this out there to all you awesome folk out there in the crowd that are into RC and drones and all that cool stuff. Guys, let's not see any more of these. Toddler's eyeball sliced in half by drone propeller. I see these commercials, especially this time of year. They're starting to ramp up for selling quadcopters and whatnot to the general population, and you see them using them as camera platforms over their family and around on the driveway. I saw one just today where the father's using it to videotape his daughter on a bicycle. Guys, don't do this. It's totally irresponsible, and here is exactly what will continue to happen. This child will be without an eye for the rest of his life. These are not toys, despite whether you can buy them at the convenience store now. They're still not toys. It's up to us to really put the word out there, guys. Let's stop this madness. A little bit of responsibility goes a long way. All right, guys. This one was big today. Really big today. Amazon Prime Air. Amazon Prime back in the limelight for drone deliveries. They are serious and they want to do this, and more power to them, because truthfully it's probably going to happen no matter what. Might as well, someone's got to lead the way. But what I found interesting, this, you can check out the video on Amazon.com. This is their new, it's not a tilt rotor. It's a quad rotor, actually, an octo rotor. It's got multiple, it's got 8 rotors, but it looks like a hydroplane. And this is their new platform that they want to use for delivering packages. Kudos to Amazon. I hope it works out for you. It's neat to see the publicity get out there and how serious they are. They tested it here in Canada because that was where they could get the permitting. Pretty crazy stuff. Just nutty. CNET, a channel I subscribe to. You can find this news all over the web. The Blue Origin rocket. This was launched last week and landed last week. The crew capsule came down without event, as well as the rocket landed vertically without event. It was successful. Unbelievable. Reusable rockets coming down and successfully vertically landing. Unbelievable day and age we're living in, guys. Truly impressive stuff. Check out, just Google the Origin rocket and just Blue Origin rocket, you'll find it. Lots of coverage on it as well. NASA orders their first official SpaceX crew flight to the ISS. It is seriously in the books now. NASA has put out the official contract with SpaceX to fly a crew. Very, very neat. there's a competition out there now. Space travel is gone commercial, and it's privately owned, privately funded. Serious stuff. Unbelievable. Very, very cool. And Glitch said, if I'm flying my quad around other people, they're behind me and the quad is far in front of me. If people are being stubborn, the quad gets put away. Absolutely. Very, very good advice. Gotta be careful with things. And David's... Thank you, David. Yes, if you guys don't mind, hit a thumbs up if you like these videos. Awesome stuff. All right, guys, what else we got? This is the biggest news last week, bar none, in my opinion, for our little crowd of makers, hackers, and inventors. The Raspberry Pi Zero went live last week. There are videos everywhere on this. Huge amount of coverage. This is just the Make channel coverage, just because I needed just one to pick for the news. $5. A full Raspberry Pi. They're giving them away with the Raspberry Pi magazine. We've gone from a big thing back like 90s shareware CDs. Well, now it's a full computer inside of a magazine. Unbelievable. I can't wait to get my hands on one. I will be waiting a while because there's a huge shortage of them. Kudos if you got your hands on one. Just no affiliation with Hobby King, guys. Just one I thought I'd share. The Cyber Sale, the Cyber Monday. This particular sale caught my eye. They had a bunch of good deals on. Well, today was their kind of big one. They made free shipping out of one of the U.S. warehouses when you spend over $150. And shipping's always been the bear with Hobby King. If you're into RC, today is the day that you can actually put in an order and get a darn good deal. Thought I'd share that, guys. All right, guys. What else we got? And David said there's so much coverage they won't be sending me one for free. Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting one for free anywhere either. Zachary asks, how do you know when a ham satellite is going over you? It's a great question, Zachary. I use the free software called Orbitron, and you just update the TLEs, the Keplerian elements, and you will know when one is going overhead. There's lots of Android and iOS apps that will notify you as well. Orbitron's free software, it works awesome, and you can add the TLEs for any satellite even if they're not in the traditional databases. And I've had to do that for like the Fox 1A, the Alpha Oscar 85 satellite, as well as the LightSail. They're not in the standard databases, and you just copy and paste them into a notepad document, into a text file, and Orbitron can display them. Update them every 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and you'll be bang on within seconds. Works good. All right, thank you for the question. Andre is here. Hey, Andre, good to see you. Good evening, Eric. Just taking the time to watch your video cast. Thanks, Andre. Guys, Andre is also a fellow content creator. Check out his channel. Hover over his name. You can check him out. He's into RC stuff. Lots of cool RC stuff. And I think Andre's not too far from me. Awesome. Glad you could stop by. What else have we got, guys? What do we got for time? 7:35. What can we get through? I'm a little technically not doing well tonight, guys. Another program just locked up. It figures. It is what it is. But we'll make the best of it, guys. Okay, guys. Community support, guys. Remember, awesome if you could click that thumbs up, share this video. It would really, really help the channel. Sharing it out on social or any of the platforms you use, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Awesome, truly appreciate it, guys. Remember to go to my Patreon campaign, link down below if you like to support that way. Simple dollar makes these videos come through to you. It pays for the ISP hosting and the camera and the light and everything else. Truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. And what have we got here? Hey, we're back. This is working. We are in good shape. Really quick, guys. Gonna jump around. Oh, not that button. Got it. Not that button. Can't win for losing tonight, guys. It is an interesting Monday. I haven't had this many problems a long time. And we got a pretty good crowd in tonight. I figures things got to go wrong once in a while, I guess. We'll just reset here. Try one more time. I think we got it. Little reopening of the program. We're good. Knock me off my rhythm completely, guys. New website, guys. If some of you checked it out last week, I fleshed out the mkmeorg website even more. I'm really proud of it now. Check it out. Lots of cool stuff there, as well as the blog is fully functional. The forum is now really fully back up. I didn't know there was a few minor problems from the server migration, but we're in good shape. On the blog site, remember, you can submit your own blog articles. On the right hand side, you'll see a link for submit a blog article. Anything you have of interest or a video of your own, write some text, submit it there, and I will make sure, if it's in good taste, it will live forever on the website, guys. A little makeover to the YouTube channel. Podcasts. We've got podcasts up and running. There was a new one published this week. You can find them linked on the right-hand side of the website. They are hosted on SoundCloud, and this is the channel, which is also linked from there. This isn't updated. It's missing the newest live podcast. Worked out pretty good, as well as we have it submitted to the iTunes store. A little back and forth with the iTunes crew, and I had a little bit of a problem with the RSS feed, but I think we've got that sorted out. So with any luck, we will have podcasts on iTunes soon. Pretty cool. It's going to be a good time. I'm pretty happy about it. And I alluded to a few things last week, but we won't go into those. Some big announcements coming, guys. It's gonna be pretty great. I'm really happy with the direction we're going, and thankfully we have a little bit more resources to work with now, thanks to Hackaday, and we're going to put those to great use on the channel. All right. Viewer challenge this week, guys. I always want to see, what are you making? Hit me up on any of the socials. The best places in the G Plus community, which you can find linked on both the About pages on the makeme.org website and blog. The G Plus community is there, but just go ahead and hit me on any of the socials. I'll make sure your project gets in the live show if you like to share it. Ken shared with us a reminder. This isn't his project, but this is an awesome reminder, guys. The LightSail satellite, LightSail 2.0, will be launching in 2016, and the Planetary Society is putting the final finishing touches on this CubeSat with a solar sail, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing will, and we will be able to track it and receive images from it right from home. I did do a video last summer on, this previous summer, on tracking the first LightSail satellite. Didn't have much luck decoding because they had a lot of trouble with the transmitters, and it wasn't live when it was over my location, but I was able to track it, and I was able to receive the basically dead transmission from it. So looking forward to this, guys. Thank you, Ken, for reminding us that is coming. Very cool. Here's another picture of it, of the payload with the wrapping around the solar sail. Very neat project. Unbelievable cube satellites. Who knew? Marco Arduino channel shared with us playing with the STM32 dev board. I haven't had a chance to watch this fully. I only got through half of it and I got dragged away as usual. Really cool. Like what he shares. Like the videos. Awesome, guys. We are in good shape. David said I'm teasing the hell out of everything. Sorry, David. Jasmine Brackett is here. Awesome. Zachary said, man, I'm stoked about light sale. Also stoked for my rewards. Awesome. I take it you back to the light sale. Very cool. Awesome. Ken said September 15th is the early launch date. Good to know. I thought it was scheduled earlier than that, so that's good to know. That is very cool, guys. What do we got for time? I have to wrap up just a tiny bit early tonight, so we will just let's just hit a few. I did have a full broadcast here, but hopefully this program is going to work. Awesome. Educates.tv shared awesome video this week, guys. This is just from the community section. Sorry, I didn't do the header. These videos, check out the content creators, the actual channel names. Most of the people here will be familiar with them because I share a lot of the same ones over and over, but I try and add new ones as they come up. Educates.tv, anyway, awesome tutorial on using the camera with the Pi. Very cool, loved it. This one, I'm not shared this channel before, guys. EC Projects, salvaging lithium-ion batteries from old laptops. This is a common video concept or subject matter on YouTube. This one's really worth watching, guys. He did an awesome job. His videos are fantastic. He's really doing a good job on the editing and the sound, and it's a cool concept. And he goes through salvaging some batteries that maybe you wouldn't even bother trying, and came up with some really cool numbers. I enjoyed it. It's a fairly long video. It's 18 minutes long. Check it out, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. Another channel I don't think I've shared before, That HPI Guy. This is a crop spraying drone preview. This is not in English, the original video. It's a republish, but the concept really appealed to me right away. I love seeing this technology repurposed and put to good use. And I didn't think this would work very well. They have a small tank and a high pressure sprayer on a hexacopter. Very neat idea. I don't think the payload would be really huge, but maybe it doesn't need to be. Maybe for targeted spraying of just, say, orchard trees, because now we have aerial drone work going on for IR surveillance, as well as some computer vision to spot leaf anomalies. Maybe you can just target the exact trees that need something. Very neat. Or crops in a field too. Very cool. Check out That HPI Guy on YouTube. David Watts, who is with us, needs no introduction. He did a video on his NeoPixels, the one-wire RGB wonders. Very cool. You guys gotta see it. Check out David's channel. You can find it linked from his name in the chat. Awesome stuff. A lot of YouTube content creators here that watch this channel. Myself, obviously, is one of them, but plenty of other people who are putting themselves out there with content. One of the big problems is getting soundtracks for our videos. Well, here is one that I just discovered this week. Maybe it's new to you as well. No Copyright Sounds. This is a dedicated website and YouTube channel where you can download copyright-free music direct from the creators, much similar to what you can do on SoundCloud, except this is much more focused. It's only copyright-free music. You can link to it. It links back to their website where you just have to set up a simple profile. You can download it. You give accreditation to the creator, of course, and link back to their social, and it's yours to use. Very cool. There's some really cool soundtracks. I thought it was fantastic, and I thought you guys might like it. Definitely if you're into making videos. EV blog, Dave Jones, needs no introduction. Amazing channel. Put out a very cool video that I did not know about. Laser printers, color laser printers. Put in a watermark essentially on every print they create, that serial number and I think time and date or something like that into every image they print. And Dave puts this out there and shows you how it's done. Pretty cool. Good job, Dave. Thank you for sharing that. And good luck with your tinfoil hat. Awesome stuff, guys. What have we got? And we are in good shape. What else do we have here, guys? We're going to wind it down. Haha, the yellow dots. Indeed, Zach. I did not know about the yellow dots. It was new to me. Why is this? I need a reboot or something, guys. Just no end of problems here. I think we're good this time. Jeff said, I guess that ends my career as a counterfeiter. Yep, mine too. No more of that. We wouldn't do such things, would we, guys? All right, guys, let's go. From the shop, real quick. If you didn't see it, I put out a new robot mailbag as well as a bunch of Raspberry Pi and other components mailbag video this weekend. It was a 2-for-1. I'm going to try and continue doing that whenever I can. On that note, the sneak peek, guys. Raspberry Pi, I'm doing a media center build. It has to happen this week. I'll do a video on it. Hopefully it works out all right. I have a mailbag, another mailbag to do for you. Lots of parts arrived lately, but the behind the scenes was before the broadcast tonight. This is another reason I got kind of frustrated. I tried to get the video done for the portable satellite dish going to be used in the big upcoming sneaky quiet project for in the upcoming months. The satellite dish worked out all right, and then I tried to get the Outernet satellite receiver to work, at which I completely failed. I'm 99% certain that I was locked into the correct satellite numerous times and I could not get data to download. I got so frustrated. So the video for that is in limbo. I have half of it videoed, and I debated on whether to just do some commentary to say, I lost, or I think I'm going to finish off the video on and get a proper lessons learned out to you guys. I'm happy with the satellite dish though. Very, very cool device. If you guys didn't see it, I did show a little bit of a sneak peek of that on a previous broadcast. And David asks, what are you going to call it, Eric? The robot, David? Didn't have a name for that. The big project I do have a name for, but I'm trying to rename it actually because I don't want it shoehorned into a very small niche when I know it can be expanded into a large area. So the name that I was all happy about, it's too restrictive. So we'll see if I can get that figured out. Glitch said he's got a few robotics projects coming up as well. Awesome, Glitch. Very cool. Zachary asked, is YouTube your main job? Absolutely not. I have a daytime career that I work approximately 70 plus hours a week at most weeks. And YouTube is what I do at night for a few hours, as well as the website and as well as my own company. So yeah, very, very busy. And David said part-time superhero, part-time YouTuber. Awesome. Beginner's Tech said I try and do mailbag videos, but I can't wait for all the packages to arrive. I used to be that way. Now they pile up. I do open them, and I don't feel bad about it. It helps me stage the videos much more. And if you guys are the ones that have seen many of my videos, you'll notice that the mailbag videos are extremely condensed now. There's no time wasted unwrapping or messing around. If I can help it, I try and just get to this is what it is. I think it still meets the core fun of a mailbag. I truly enjoy mailbag videos. That's why I still make them. Some people, unboxings I don't care much for unless there's a little bit of content or a little context behind it. But anyway, that's my silly rant on that. And David's robot is going to be called George. Awesome. Oh, love it. Very, very cool, guys. All right, we are going to wind it down here. I'm going to be just a little bit late. I actually have a call I have to get on. And it looks like my program is going to be frozen again. Go figure. I have killed my computer tonight, guys. Alright, we're just going to do a quick check of the chat, and we're just going to close it. Won't be able to get the slides back because we're bound to have a technical difficulty sooner or later, guys. We've had a good run. I haven't run into this much trouble in almost all of the other live broadcasts combined. So next week, we'll have things back to normal. I'd love to get Zach back on the broadcast again for you guys as well. We do have potentially a bunch of other people joining over the next upcoming months. I mentioned it before. I did speak with Dave Jones to get him on the show. He did respond, and I sent him some info, and I didn't hear back from him yet, but I haven't pestered him either. So maybe we can get him on the show as well. We're a pretty small channel for... I don't know whether he gets into doing small cameo appearances, but hey, we're going to try. Guys, good luck in all your electronics ventures. I truly appreciate you joining me this week. I hope you build something cool this week. I hope your projects work good. I hope your projects have troubles as well, because we learned so much from troubleshooting our issues in building these things that we build. Happy Cyber Monday, guys. Getting to the end of the day, go out and get a deal. Don't spend money for the sake of just spending it, but by all means, take advantage of some of the maker crowd deals out there. It's unbelievable what all these suppliers are finally, they really do slash some prices, which some of them makes me worry a little bit that they have a little more headroom than what they need. But anyway, guys, that's enough of that. That's my rant for this week. Good luck in all your ventures. Check out later on this week, I'll have another live video. I am going to do a Periscope broadcast tail end of the week. Follow me on Twitter to see that. And as well, you can catch me on Snapchat or any of the other socials, guys. Cheers.